everybody. Welcome to the GSL. I'm TaeJa. With me is Artosis. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing a lot better now. I was trapped earlier today in an elevator with TaeJa for a while, but that is a story for another time. I'm glad to finally be here. Wow.
What a day. What a day. Yeah. And what a bunch of cool games we got coming up here. We have a FruitDealer playing first.
That's right, man. Cool. The old StarCraft 1 pro. Many consider him one of the very best Zerg players in the world. I think there is no one that argues with that. He's going up against next TaeJa, and the maps really favor cool. So I'm looking forward to this first match.
Now, he called him cool. I called him a FruitDealer. In the tournament, he's using the ID a FruitDealer. He's better known as cool. But
a FruitDealer is actually like this joke ID he made, but you can't change your ID on Battle.net, so he's
now
like
he's a
sticking with
FruitDealer
it.
for life. So there you go. Next, TaeJa.
TaeJa? Are you speaking Korean to me?
Next TaeJa, excuse me. Next
TaeJa
is also playing.
Yeah. He's
I don't know very much about this guy at all.
No, he's not really one of the more famous Terran players. Obviously quite good to get to the round
Obviously,
of 32.
I didn't know how to say his name right, so there you go.
Yeah, but this is actually the guy we didn't get to see in the first round. He actually got a free win over Xian, who is now a coach of Hwasong. So
yeah,
did it drop out of the tournament?
We haven't seen anything from this guy. We don't know really what to expect. I've never encountered him on the ladder.
Nope. Me either.
So it's kind of a mystery. We do have a few things. He's most confident on the map, Metalopolis. His favorite unit is the Marauder. He likes nice long walks.
Well, he's
along
a Terran
the beach.
player, man.
He's a Terran player.
Obviously, the Fire Bear guy is his favorite unit.
That's right, of course. By the way, here are the results of day number 1 here.
Huge upset. TaeJa dying to Lotzi Prime right off the bat, 2-1. Then Next Live Forever takes out August Ware 2-0. No big surprises there. Maka Prime 2 over Juke to Jung. First game in that series, absolutely epic. Everyone needs to watch on Desert Oasis. Great game. And then in the fourth match, we had Legal Mind coming over Tank Roy Prime, and that was a really, really great close match.
There was some of the best micro and harassment I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, that first game on Scrap Station, man, unbelievable. Everyone needs to watch that series, the TaeJa series as well, and the first game of Juke to Jung versus Maka Prime. Some of the best games that we have seen in the GSL so far.
That day, I think, might have been the best day for the GSL.
It very well may have been.
Not the best day for TaeJa and me, but the best day as far as awesome games. So check that stuff out, man.
Yeah.
And here's the bracket again for day number 2.
The round of 32. It is next TaeJa against a FruitDealer, a.k.a. Cool, a.k.a. Wonky. A really great player. One of the favorites of the tournament. Then we have OGS Top against Pult Prime, Maru Prime against San Zenith, OGS Inca against Rex Zandark. And that is actually a really great lineup today. It's awesome, man. A lot of really, really good matches. TVT, PvP, TVZ, TVP. What don't we have here, Tasteless? A ZVZ, that's it.
ZVZ. We rarely ever have those anyways, though. There are only 4 Zergs left.
Something like that,
4 Zergs left in the tournament, I believe.
Very few.
So Zerg having a tough time right now until the patch is released. Terran and Protoss obviously doing a little bit better here. I believe we have roughly half, because we're obviously in the middle of the bracket right now, but we have roughly half the Terrans making up the rest of the players. Yeah,
there's so many Terrans left in this tournament. I think 15 made it through to the round of 32, so that's almost half right there. And they're going to be qualifying quite a bit as well, of course. So might be doing a lot of TVTs as we get further, Tasteless.
I think it's very, very possible that we're going to have a lot of that in our future. By the way, special thank you to our sponsors at Intel and TG Sambo. And thank you at home for tuning in and joining us for some awesome StarCraft action.
We know it's super early or super late, depending upon whether you're an optimist or a pessimist. And it's great that you're here. Don't turn it off. I promise there's going to be great games. And even if it's not, we will do our best to entertain you.
And by the way, we have I have still been getting lessons on the observing from our official GOM TV Korean observer. So we hope that you are happy with we hope you think that I've improved on the casting.
We hope you're happy too.
We hope you're happy. We're going to get the maps up here shortly after we get the players put up on the screen, which should happen pretty soon here. But let's just go ahead and start talking right away. This guy, our first player, whose name I butchered, it's next TaeJa.
Looks like we're gonna
do
maps first for some reason.
Okay.
Next TaeJa removes Scrap Station and Xel'Naga Caverns. Removing Xel'Naga Caverns, kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Zerg doesn't feel bad on that map, but the early game is really quite hard. and it's a very, very good map for Hellions, especially. So next TaeJa, maybe he's a Reaper player. He doesn't want that map. It's such a great Hellion map. And then, of course, Cool, a.k.a. FruitDealer, removing Delta Quadrant and Steps of War, pretty standard removals. But again, he does not remove Coolhouse Ravine, something that he keeps doing. He doesn't actually care if he plays Coolhouse Ravine. Really weird guy. But
different. Yeah, it's kind of a shocker. We don't have any Coolhouse, though, this time in our map lineup.
Yeah, Lost Temple, Metalopolis, and Desert Oasis. Lost Temple, ZVT, a lot of people remove it because they're afraid of the tank drop.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's a good map for ZVT. If they don't tank drop you for some weird reason, then it's like, oh, okay, cool, this map's pretty good. So hopefully Cool doesn't get tank dropped there.
Well, of course, the other problem is that if you prepare for a tank drop and it doesn't come, then you're like, oh.
Yeah,
well,
you go like one hatch Muta, and then he's like, I expanded, and you're like, oh
no. So,
I guess I lose.
So, yeah, that's kind of the problem. We're playing on that map. So I don't know if we're going to get the player screen up first or if that graphic just didn't come up on our preview screen.
Yeah.
But, guys, thank you again so much for joining us. As you guys can see from yesterday's games, the players have really improved.
Oh, we're seeing such better games. A lot of the reasons why the games were so bad in round 64, so many of these people were actually playing their first televised match.
Yeah, well, they're just nervous.
And that makes a huge difference.
Yeah, I mean, if they're nervous and, a little bit uncomfortable, they're just not going to play their very best. Now we go to the players.
Next, TaeJa. We haven't seen him yet. Excited to see what he can do. And then we have a FruitDealer.
A FruitDealer.
There he is, the FruitDealer, in fact.
It's got all the fruit you need.
That's right, man.
Taron versus
normally it's just like oranges, man.
Yeah, it's true,
It's almost always just oranges.
Oranges and
yeah.
Usually very small bananas, actually.
Yeah, that's true. They do that,
actually. But this guy, he might be the best fruit dealer out there. He might get those crazy fruits that you see in some grocery stores.
The ones that look like
that?
A star or something.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to try one of those, but I'm too weak in cases.
So let's see what Fruity's got this game. And I can't emphasize enough our Terran player not having the experience of playing in the round of 64.
No. So this is
because he got a bye because the player can
his first televised match in anything.
So that's a pretty big disadvantage, especially against a player that's this good. The Zerg player is very good.
No, he's one of the favorites of the tournament, and again, the map pool really great from Lost Temple if he gets through, the tank drop phase, and then he has Metalopolis and Desert Oasis, and of course, a FruitDealer is from the TSL team, the SCV Life. Really a great team. Clyde, and Tester.
It's a small team, but it is very, very good.
Super elite.
It's different from OGS and Prime in the sense that those teams are pretty large. In this case, it's a very tight team. They got a coach with a serious gaming background.
Yeah.
And this is definitely one of these teams to look for. Yeah.
It's pretty exciting, actually, these new teams popping up, getting some serious sponsorship dollars in there.
Yeah.
Really kind of rebuilding the professional gaming teams out here, as a lot of those teams are staying in StarCraft 1 right now.
Yeah,
so these guys,
we're still on this shift right now, kind of the pro scene changing. But some of the changes we've seen so far have just been so exciting.
Yeah.
Seeing a lot of these old school pro gamers switch over here.
Yeah.
And it's awesome.
That's like the first crack in the dam. A little bit of water's coming out, but it's just going to break, and you're going to get.
I like that.
Yeah, right. I just
think that up. That's
right
pretty
there.
good. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Huh.
So the infrastructure of esports constantly transforming. Both players have confirmed that they're ready. So momentarily, we're going to get this game underway. ZVT, which has turned out to just be an awesome matchup.
It's an awesome matchup. I don't care about the balance for when I'm watching it. I get angry. But it's so fun to watch. It's so fun to play.
Yeah.
It's just it's such an entertaining matchup, and Cool is so good, man. He's more of a cheesy style than Hydra, but very, very good at reacting, can still macro like a beast. So
it should be pretty awesome.
This, man.
I don't know if we're going to see anything as awesome as the 60 Banelings we saw in one of our previous games, but there's been a lot of exciting plays here. So definitely check out some of the older games. By the way, if you pay $20, you can get high quality and get the older VODs and all that stuff. So it's a pretty good deal considering the abundant amount of hours of StarCraft 2 action you're going to get. And we're going to start this game actually very quickly here. And the countdown's begun. So let's get this going.
Bases, why do you take so long to load?
My computer always loads last.
Actually, mine's loading last.
No, yours is loading last. Okay.
Oh my, I'm sorry.
Well, I'll take that. Okay. Down here at the bottom of the map.
A fruit dealer.
A fruit dealer.
Let's TaeJa.
And up there, next TaeJa.
Next stage is up here at the north. TVZ, faraway spots. That's good for the Zerg.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to be as far away as humanly possible. That's going to allow Cool to take the gold base as his third.
Yeah.
And, that's always good. When you're in the really close positions, you have to take a very risky third. It's hard to defend against Hellions. It's hard to defend against drops. And that is not a happy place to be in.
Now remember, we keep saying it, but it is so important. Sky, our Terran, has no experience in the booth. And
yeah.
I've talked to countless people. I actually experienced it again, even though I'm a pretty experienced player, like the competitive scene. I actually remember getting nervous during Courage, actually. And suddenly, because there was a documentary team filming me down there, I suddenly realized, oh wow, this actually does feel quite different when you have a camera, inches from your face.
Absolutely.
While you're trying to do this.
Takes a lot of experience to get over that, but Cool. This guy actually has so much experience. A lot of people don't remember him, even StarCraft players, because he was on the Easter team, so he didn't get as much play time. But this is even a guy that beat Nada on TV. So
yeah, this is.
This guy is a legit professional gamer.
This guy right here, and we do see the drone on his way. He applied to be a hatchery, and he got the job.
Did he? Let's see.
Did he get it?
No.
No. There he goes.
Oh.
Out of all these drones, this guy gets the job to be the hatchery. Here comes the barracks.
I wouldn't want to be the first hatchery on Lost Temple, man. Because if a tank drops there, you're like, I wish I was a drone in the main base.
Yeah, no kidding, yeah. Now remember, there's so many strategies a Terran player can throw at you. Of course, we were talking about the tank drop, which would occur here. There's the Thor drop. And, there's so much. They can do one base bust with Marauder Marine. Terran can fast expand. So Zerg's got to be ready for a lot of different stuff.
And I like what I see here already, man. He goes hatchery and then pool. He does this a lot. So many players do not barracks first. So few players actually are like, sup, I'm just going to make my barracks before my depot. And, if more players did that, then Cool couldn't do things like this,
Yeah, and that's just one standing point for the metagame. Here we see the Marine chasing the drone, and he does steal the gas. That's a great move.
Yeah.
Because that does at least limit some of the options for Terran, and Terran have so many options.
Yeah, especially when we saw him making a factory at that natural. This is going to slow down any tank drops he wants to do, or any Thor drops. Just anything involving gas, really. No drones at the expo yet, but that hatchery coming up so fast from hatchery first. And, if hatchery first actually becomes something that Zergs can do again without just kind of almost flipping coins, that's going to help the Zerg race a lot. You have to get that up. You have to get the creep spreading from it. You have to have that extra production. It's very, very important.
And that's interesting. He's doing the cancel rebuild.
Yeah, as
I believe it is more cost effective if you actually don't cancel it.
No, as I was saying yesterday, the only time you're allowed to do that is if there's only one Marine attacking it. Because then you just refill all that health. If there's two, it's not worth it. They're going to kill it so fast anyways.
Looks like this SCV is screwed. But a Hellion's coming over here. And these Zerglings are in a lot of trouble because the Hellion is a much more mobile unit.
Cool, using a very nice move there, splitting off some Zerglings instead of lose all four. Decides to deal some extra damage, get two of them out of there. And does he have a Queen at his expansion?
No Queen yet.
It's just barely started. And a Reaper coming as well, Reaper Hellion.
Uh-oh, this harassment can be really powerful, actually. We do have drones down here. The Queen's not out yet.
That's right, once that Queen gets out, it's going to help a lot. But right now, killing so many drones.
Oh, my God.
Nice moves by Cool, and there's not a lot of hit points left there. He needs to get in there and kill the rest of those drones.
The Reaper Hellion combo pretty deadly. The Queen is now out.
Oh, they're so red, as we can see on the hit point bars. Really a mistake here. He should be suiciding in there to kill some extra drones. But look at this. A Reaper going to go up in the main base at the same time. Can he multitask this?
Nice micro here. But the Ling's speed's done. It's going to be pretty unforgiving for those Hellions. Meanwhile, looks like he's now decided to give his attention over to the Reaper. So the harassment continues.
You know, as we see on the production tab, he's making a couple more Reapers and a medevac.
Oh, he could get these softened up Reapers here. He's going for the Lings instead and get somewhat of a mistake. He could easily one-shot those drones. Excuse me.
So many of them damaged right now. Really surprising. I wonder if he actually uses the hit point bars, because if you do and you see the drones all in red like that, you go and kill them.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it looks like he cancels off those. Or no, he does make the Reapers, but unspeeded Reapers against Lings is not very good.
Well, the advantage of the Reaper normally is its mobility, but it's so much less mobile against Speedlings. I mean, just imagine if Speedlings had springs on their shoes; they could jump. I mean,
that'd be awesome.
Then they'd be not.
Want to know how to fix this game, Tasteless? I'd be so content with jumping Zerglings.
So the Reaper's kind of stuck here in the middle of the map. Actually, looks like he will escape.
Going through the bushes. I love the tall grass mechanic in this game, by the way.
Oh, it's wonderful. It's a real improvement from the original.
It's an amazing thing, and as the game gets better and more figured out, it's going to be even better.
Okay, this Reaper, I'm not sure if it's going to do too much damage.
Does get to scout quite a bit.
Oh, not even one kill on the Reaper.
Oops.
Oh, no. Wow. Serious amount of barracks here, and he's going to go for a drop next. Tank drop, very effective strategy.
But at the same time, the Spire is done for Cool. He's making 5 mutas, and unless he does not see this coming, which I cannot even imagine, there won't be bunkers or turrets up in time to actually stop this tank drop from being completely owned. And he's flying it right over the Zerglings.
Uh-oh. So he knows he has a little bit of heads up here.
Yeah, the mutas are just about to pop. He has 7 making right now. 5 are going to pop in a second here. Look, here they come. And 3 Marines aren't going to do anything against this. Even bringing over that Spine Crawler, and here they come. 5 Marines.
Looks like the medevac might actually manage to escape. Nice micro there, by the way.
And no mutas die, although one only at 3 hit points.
This SCV somehow actually still alive down here.
You know, next TaeJa, I'm a little bit upset there. He didn't really, that was not a well-timed drop right there.
Yeah, it's kind of nonsensical. It's kind of like, I sure hope he's going roaches.
Yeah. Maybe he's not making a Spire, but actually, so many people have seen so many Cools games. He goes mutas like all the time against everything.
Here we have muta harassment over here, taking out some SCVs. Not enough turrets here to really defend this adequately. As you can see, they're going to maneuver their way over here. They could take out these mules. 1 mule microed away.
But he does cost mule mining time there.
Yeah.
And the muta's taking so much damage. Looks like he's going to lose them. Maybe lose all the mutas? Nope. Gets 2 red ones out.
I don't know what he was doing there with those 2 mutas.
Yeah, it seems like he wanted to stop the mules, but you know, you can't be losing so many mutas. They're such an expensive unit, and you really need to hit this critical mass. You know, get up to around 16 or so. Look at this!
Oh my God!
Oh wow! If he seeks another turret up there, then suddenly these mutas are not going to be able to really kill a siege tank effectively.
Yeah, if he can make like enough turrets and actually do another drop here, that could be interesting.
Just throw out another turret, sneak a tank around the map, and here comes some muta harass. A lot of Marines outside the natural. Hitting some add-ons, one of the best things to harass with mutas right now.
Looks like our Terran player's a little bit nervous. He was temporarily supply blocked.
Oh, he might get some siege tanks! Gets one of them, and that is such an awesome move. Picking off siege tanks that are in siege mode randomly is a great move to do as Zerg when you have mutas. I really like Cool's play here. And he's taking the gold base as his 3rd, so that's very nice as well. Scorpion hatchery.
Scorpion in the hatchery. Here we go. More mutas flying in here. Nice sniping there on that Marine, but he's going to have to back out.
That's right.
Zerg does have Banelings, by the way.
Very good play by Cool. You've got to get those Banelings going before the Terran moves out, and you need Baneling speed. If you don't have Baneling speed and creep, Banelings suddenly become horrible. Terran can literally just stim and kite away from them.
Oh, I love this.
Yep.
Burrowing these right here allows him to actually use some sort of like spider mines.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
or stop position lurkers or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. So when he walks over this, he can blow up all these Marines.
It's such a great location. Not enough Zergs are actually trying this yet. And look at this, laying them in multiple locations. It looks like he is not making them auto-unburrow, which a lot of players do. But if you're really fast, and look at this, engaging this turret, making the Marines move back in. I like it. Nice play. But, he loses a little bit too many mutas there. You don't really want to lose mutas doing moves like that. But anyways, as I was saying, if you're very quick, you can just go back and manually detonate in the middle of their Marine ball.
Yeah.
And suddenly you just like win the game off of 2 Banelings burrowed. It's awesome because it's just like when July Zerg figured out way back in time about stop position lurkers.
That was
made them
genius.
Attack.
Oh my
After
God.
that, every Terran had to make a science vessel before moving out, became the new norm.
It changed,
and Terrans are going to have to do the same thing.
It changed everything.
Absolutely. So, I'm saying in a couple seasons, everyone's going to have to make a Raven before moving out. And does Cool miss that explosion?
Oh! He's scanning.
Very safe play there. But it does cost him several mules.
Yeah, for just a few Banelings. But of course, it could have cost him his whole army. We see a flank coming up here.
I don't know if I like this move, but there are a lot of mutas. Slow Banelings, though. Look at that. Slow Banelings off creep. It's not what you want to do. You can kite and kill all that. Cool might be dead from this timing push. This is actually huge from TaeJa.
This could be another huge upset here in the round of 32.
Nice killing some siege tanks here. Baneling speed, non-existent, I believe. Yeah, he hasn't even started getting it.
He's going to go for it again. Here's more Banelings. He's stimming. Oh, wow.
Cool
He actually
cleans
managed
it
to hold
up.
it up. Damn.
Very nice
save.
play by Cool here.
Well, with the income from this gold base, I mean, you can get your army back there so fast. You can see the mutas are trying to intercept, but actually the Terran forces have already come down here.
Look at this, so many mutas targeting medevacs. I do like that play, but you got to be careful. Just a handful of Marines can eliminate so many mutas. Look at this, killing even more units. Banelings coming out still slow, and a lot of Marines still left. I don't know if the mutas can actually take those out, especially considering the fact they have +1 attack.
Okay, here we have another attack, and I think this is going to get wiped out again. And Zerg, by the way, taking the top right location.
Now, if we look at the resources, we see Cool has a lot of minerals, 1,100. You got to be careful when you're going mutaling. It's very gas dependent, not a lot to spend your minerals on, especially when you take that gold base. Very good to just get a 4th hatchery in your main and get those extra Zerglings from it.
Looks like we're going to have a Marauder drop. No, we're not. No, we're not.
Okay. That's actually a really important snipe we just saw.
Yeah, that's
yet
huge.
another medevac. That is almost like a tipping point here, where he's like, oh, wow, I have killed so many medevacs at this point. You just lost a lot of Marauders, too. And here come the mutas.
Not the best muta micro we've seen.
A little bit sloppy, but the movements of the mutas almost more important, and he's doing that very beautifully. Killing a lot of SCVs here. Flies away. He's safe as can be. What?
And he's going to try to take the gold base. Hope these mutas don't spot that in time. Nothing's going right for the Terran player.
You know, he's not moving his unit groups quite correctly. He's got to be very careful with what he does. And here come the Marines.
Another engagement. It would be wise for the Zerg to attack once he sees this expansion get occupied before it can be turned into a planetary fortress.
A lot of Ling
like
muta coming in.
Is he going to go to the main?
I think that would be a great move right now. Look at that. Not enough Marines to hold that off. He's going to have to retreat from that 3rd base and help defend here. Look at this. These mutas going to do so much damage, killing a ton of Marines. And I love it. Get the Zerglings in there. This really messes with the Terran player.
Meanwhile, the Zerg is making more Lings, Banelings, and Mutalisks. He comes over here, takes out even more, destroying the turrets. Some more SCVs are going to die. Lings wiped out, but they did their role and did it very well. Now he comes over here to the gold base, which is, of course, not defended. This is very high-level play. It is morphing into a planetary fortress, though.
You know, Cool is just giving him the runaround with these Mutalisks. This poor guy, he is playing a StarCraft 1 Zerg professional. Great mutalist
and
movements.
there it is, GG.
Acid GG.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, that was
that muta.
He basically killed him through harassment. You know, just
that was
smart
actually very
attacks.
impressive.
Cool was only in trouble really one time in the entire game, and ended up taking him out with really nice mutalist play.
A FruitDealer.
Yeah. Deals fruit, man.
He is
Fruit. Fruit dealer, man.
FruitDealer.
It's a gateway fruit.
That is the gateway fruit.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to go into our next game here pretty soon. Going back over that previous game, though, I got to say I was really impressed with the Zerg's ability to handle pressure. It was a period where it actually looked like there was going to be a timing attack that could have taken him out.
But he took out the Medivacs during that, and that was so important because those Marines took a lot of damage, and he just kind of whittled it down, as a Zerg player should.
So I got to say, I think it's going to be pretty tough for the Terran, to be totally honest.
Yeah.
Remember, this guy didn't have the experience of actually being on or in the booth, on camera, and stuff like that. So that can kind of get under your skin, get under your nerves. You can be a little bit nervous. All this money on the line. Experience is definitely an important part of being a successful professional gamer.
Yeah, I mean, everyone plays really poorly at first on TV. It's just the way it is. I thought he played pretty well overall. You know, we don't really know exactly how good this guy is. I don't really seem to remember.
I think out of all the players in the tournament, this is the person we know basically the least about.
Oh, absolutely.
So we're learning it right now. But yeah, I think honestly, he's just he just didn't quite have his strategy mapped out as well. His harassment looked pretty good at the start, but then the drop just seemed to be late. It's just like a bad decision, you know.
I'm really wondering if he uses hit point bars. There were so many drones in the red after that first harassment. If he just runs a Hellion in.
If you guys,
I'm actually going to ask him that, even if you guys don't ask on the forum.
All right, we're starting.